So we have a new voice actor, or returning voice actor depending on how you look at it, who is coming in to fill the very large shoes of Lance Reddick by voicing the one and only Commander Zavala. The man stepping into this role is Keith David, and I've got to say, Bungie has actually done something really good by doing this, because voicing Commander Zavala is not going to be an easy task for anybody, even if they have a huge pedigree like Keith has. Zavala's voice has always been iconic for the Destiny franchise, and I have no doubt there will be mixed opinions when we finally hear Keith step into the role, but nevertheless, welcome to the Destiny family, Keith. Don't mind the occasional toxicity, it's only part of the fanbase. But who is Keith David? I'm assuming most people have at least googled his name to get a rough idea of who he is and what work he's done in the past, but in case you haven't, I'm going to do a quick rundown of some of his roles that he has done, which makes me excited for him stepping into the role of Zavala. His IMDb page gives him credit of being an actor in 365 roles, 11 of which are upcoming, 12 if you include the voice of Zavala, and 354 roles he has done already. Naturally, I'm not going through all 366 roles because we'll be here for hours, but I have handpicked some of them out that I think should be mentioned because it will give a really good glimpse into how good he is. I'm going to start off with the game franchise that went from meh to really fun and then released one of the worst games of all time. I'm talking about Saints Row. Personally, Saints Row 2 and 3 were my favourites for the series, and this is pretty much where the gameplay became the silly version of GTA. And it is only magnified in Saints Row 3, becoming even more ridiculous in 4, and then the newest one is just, yeah, let's just forget that exists. But Keith David actually voices Julius in the Saints Row franchise.
You ain't Dex.
Neither are you.
You look different, did you?
I didn't do shit to my hair.
You pulling a gun on me?
For me, the Revelation Secret Mission was definitely a good one within the Saints franchise, but yeah, let's just move on. To my surprise, Keith David actually had a bit to do with arguably the best Call of Duty of all time, which is the original Modern Warfare 2. My personal favourite in the franchise, with Black Ops being a close second, but Keith actually voices a character called Sergeant Foley.
Private Allen here is going to do a quick weapons demonstration to show you locals how it's done. No offense, but I see a lot of you guys firing from the hip and spraying bullets all over the range. You don't end up hitting the damn thing and it makes you look like an ass.
Yep, the fire instructor at the start of the game is none other than Keith David. His voice just works really well as an instructor with a comedic twist to it, which makes me think it could work really well with Zavala, but obviously more of a serious tone instead of the comedic twist. A more serious take on his role that I think will do really well in replicating Zavala is the time he spent voice acting David Anderson from the Mass Effect franchise.
You ever wonder how things would have been different? How our lives would be different if this hadn't happened?
Whether or not this is actually the voice he takes on for Zavala or he tries to emulate Lance Reddick a bit more will remain to be seen, but honestly, I'm cool with the Anderson voice. Stepping away from the gaming franchises for a moment, we have one of my personal favourite animated series on Netflix that isn't anime. That is Final Space, something that was pretty much made just to have fun with the cartoon style, and it works really well for its comedy. Keith, however, voiced one of the main characters, which was Bolo.
You playing us? My mom was contacted by a buddy of yours. Does the Titan Orescus ring any bells?
Orescus? Not that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Frickin' dickbag.
And that was before his mind got poisoned.
Bolo serves a big role in Final Space, being the only friendly Titan to help Gary and his team, but also gives some comedic lines from time to time. Definitely worth a watch if you're into amusing cartoons like this. But speaking of amusing cartoons, with this one being along the same lines and probably expected to be mentioned, Keith does some voice acting for the one and only Rick and Morty, where he voices two different characters. First being the giraffe.
Is anyone here even real? Am I the only real person on Earth?
Maybe. Or maybe, just maybe, we're all real. You know me, I'm reverse giraffe. I have a short neck and legs.
And secondly, and more prominently, he also voices the President of the United States.
My grandson has worked hard for you, and I feel like he's earned a selfie.
Honestly, I could take it or leave it at this point.
You're taking it.
No. What kind of fratty-ass status move is that? Get out of my office.
Seriously? You're that stubborn?
He's the stubborn one. I'm protecting my country.
Whenever the President appears, I know I'm in for a good laugh because there seems to be a natural form of comedy to his voice when he talks faster, which works really well for the style of Rick and Morty. But I'd save the most surprising and best for last. Keith David had a huge role in the past that I didn't even notice until recently, and it has to do with both Bungie and 343 Studios. Anybody who knows those two companies being involved with something will know I'm talking about the Halo franchise. But who did he voice in Halo?
This armor suits you, but it cannot hide that mark. Nothing ever will. You are the Arbiter, the will of the prophets.
It's only the goddamn Arbiter from Halo 2, 3, 4, and 5. My favourite character from the entire Halo franchise who gave everybody a good look at things from the enemy side in Halo 2 before becoming a great ally to the one and only Master Chief.
This thing is right. Halo is a weapon. Your prophets are making a big mistake.
Your ignorance already destroyed one of the sacred rings, demon.
But that is the gist of Keith David's expansive voice acting career, with hundreds of more examples to be looked at. Personally, I'm very excited to see what he will do with Zavala's voice and wish him the very best of luck in the role, but as I said at the start, they are very big shoes to fill, but I'm confident he's going to do a very good job. A cool little throwback I would love to see is if Bungie makes a season in the future where Steve Downes voices a character who knows Zavala. Steve Downes being the voice of Master Chief would be a really nice nostalgic throwback to the times of old. That's going to be it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a comment down below telling me what you think of Keith David coming in to do the role. I would really like to know what you all think. And of course, like and subscribe down below as well. But for now, I shall see you all in the next video.